Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank y'all everybody for listening to us. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial to be down with the flagship show right here on Legacy Internet Radio. My sister Joy still listening to us, just alluding to the last segment that we had where we were talking about would you follow somebody, would you move with them, and Joy said that she dated a guy that moved to Michigan, did the long distance thing for a while, wasn't trying to move without being his wife, never said move, but he wanted her to live by herself. Once she moved on her own, he wanted her back. She didn't understand him. Definitely some mixed signals that she was getting from that brother. Ain't no hashtag Marcus J. Diva, you see you got some more for us? You got some more diaries? What you got?
Well, this is a personal situation.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I visited a new friend and supporter of my new web series, Bittersweet Chronicles. I guess I'll plug that real quick there. And this person, opened up his home and assisted us with setting up the location and things of that sort. And I was invited to his birthday party. Well, when I arrived, I didn't really know anybody. I only knew a couple faces, familiar faces, but I didn't really know anybody. And some younger people showed up. So, you got late 30s and 40s, and then you have in your 20s showing up. And there was a really vulgar conversation going on where, I can't even mention on the air some of the things that was said, but I was just kind of torn. I had that angel and that devil thing going on whether I should intervene in the conversation and help school the young females that were there, kind of soaking up what the young men were saying that were inappropriate. So I guess my question is, should you intervene with schooling younger people or immature people or people who just don't know much about relationships? Should you school them and help them out, or should you just stay out of it and have your own opinions on the side?
Relationships are something that you actually have to learn for yourself.
Right.
I don't think that no matter what you would have said, it would have gone in one ear and right out the other. I think that each person learns about a relationship and who they are and how they relate to relationships all in time. So I don't think the education you would have given would have mattered for right now, because we're still talking about young folks. Even some of the older folks still don't get it,
right.
So
or don't want to get it,
right? So I think that you may have said what you wanted to say, but it's something that you have to learn. It's something how you've got to, it's you. So you can't really, I would have left it alone. I would have left it alone.
Right. And I was told on the side, well, you're the relationship guru. You're the dating pool diva. Why didn't you check those females or check that male that was talking all crass out of his mouth? Why didn't you say something? And I kind of felt like you're saying.
And plus, these are people you don't know.
I don't know them. So it would have gotten ugly, possibly.
That would have, turned out.
Right.
I would have left it alone.
What you think, Marcus J?
That's a tough one. Because I don't know if giving unsolicited information to people is a good thing in 2015. We don't live in a time where an older, wiser person can just pull a young person to the side and just drop a jewel on them and have it be positively accepted. We should, but the reality is I don't know that we do. But you got to know who your audience is. And I always try to gauge the people who I'm around. And if the wisdom that I have, which is not a lot, I'm kind of a dummy, but the wisdom that I have, if I got a little bit more than the person that I'm around or the people that I'm around, then I'm going to do what I can to kind of share it. And it has to be a situation where it's going to be well received,
right?
Because it could end up blowing back on you and not being a positive thing. And that's tough. It's tough to be able to gauge when it's cool and when it's not cool. So, you know, if it's a room full of strangers who seem to be receptive, then I go for it. If it's a room full of strangers and my instinct tells me that it wouldn't be received, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Right. And I was kind of in the background and kind of observing. And I wanted to say something, particularly to the young man that was talking crass out of his mouth. I wanted to say something to him. But then I imagined back and forth, you know, nasty debate. I might have been called out of my name. It might have escalated to provocation. And then,
we don't want to provoke you.
Who knows? I would have been knocked out and dragged through an elevator.
You might have knocked him out. We don't want you to be provoked to knock him out.
Right. So
because you know how tough you are.
I guess that little angel told me to shut up, don't say anything.
Yep, leave it alone.
You know, even though I wanted to, and I knew that I was going to be checked on it. Like, you're supposed to be giving people relationship advice. You're going to let those young girls just take all of that, blah, blah, blah. They'll grow up and learn. I'm not necessarily the person to teach them.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I would have just said, oh, you know, I host this seminar every month, and you should come.
Right.
And you should come.
I kept saying that y'all would probably eat them alive, though. I think they would have been eaten alive at a Love Revolution
and
forum.
They would have learned.
How young? Just ballpark. How young are these people?
I would say early 20s. Well, the guy that was
so they're
speaking
babies,
crass
they're kids.
was probably around my age, maybe a couple years younger than me. You know, and he was talking to these younger girls about doing all kinds of nasty things to men on the first date, and you're supposed to do that and to keep them, and blah, blah, blah. So,
you know what I found? I found that a lot of young guys think that it's okay to speak to ladies in this way because they think that it's going to attract them to them.
Right, that's what I was told.
And I don't understand it. Like, maybe it's because I grew up self-conscious about certain things, and so I kept my opinions to myself, and you know, until I got older and a little bit more confident. And so maybe my confidence and my maturity kind of came up together. So I didn't have that kind of boisterous arrogance that some of the guys that I came up with have. I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand being nasty and being crass and being boastful to a woman and assuming that that's going to attract her to you. I don't understand that. I don't get that. And I've seen it. I've seen it in public. I've seen it in private. And I don't get it. You know, I mean, I guess because I was the guy, it wasn't the guy that attracted women because of how I looked and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not an ugly guy. I don't think I am. If I was a girl, I think I would like me. You know what I mean? Right. You know, but I talk your panties off quick. You know,
and that's how you should.
You know what I mean? That's just, you know, I'm a talker. You know, and I said it in the crass way to make the point that I have learned what my gift is. You see what I'm saying?
I think that's a gift in general for men to be charismatic.
Again, I said it crassly to make the point that as a younger person or as someone who is boastful, that's not something that a lady wants to hear.
Right.
That's not how you attract a lady.
That's how you turn them off.
That's exactly what you do. Grab your mic, lady. Grab your mic, man.
I'm grabbing it.
You gonna grab it like that?
That's not how I grab it. That's another show.
Oh, that's the green room version. With Jay Grizzy and Lisa P. That's the lady show. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's the next ladies takeover.
They took over Diva too.
Yeah, I heard. I called
I know.
I didn't call in, but I was on the media.
Yeah, and I sat right here. That's why.
You should have seen him. He was like,
I ain't open my mouth.
he was, you know him. Oh, with the arms folded and.
I didn't open my mouth.
Mad?
No, he
No, I
wasn't
wasn't
mad.
mad.
No,
No,
he was just
hey,
sitting
look.
there soaking it up.
No, I enjoyed myself. I absolutely 100% enjoyed myself. I think the First Lady of Legacy and that radio community, that's Lissa P, did a fabulous job of bringing everybody together and hosting the show. I thought that SY did a great job of helping her out. I thought the show was great.
You
It
guys
was
did
great.
awesome.
I think they did a great job, and I didn't say a word because it was the ladies taking over, and you know, it wasn't about none of us dudes. Nobody cared what we thought. Nobody cared to hear us. And so I kept my mouth shut. I didn't say a word. I said one thing when someone threw a mic in my face and they wanted my opinion. They threw a mic in my face and said, say something. So I said something. But it wasn't because I was...
He sat there with the arms folded, then he did the little lip thing.
Not because some of the stuff y'all was saying wasn't
I mean,
quite
I
in
know
line with
mine.
what I was thinking, but it didn't matter what I thought because, you know, it was a me problem if I had an opinion. It wasn't my show. It wasn't my place to say a word. So if I wanted to say something, that's a me problem. Yeah, so I ain't saying.
What? I ain't never heard that before. It's a me
It's a me
problem, not your you
Well,
problem.
No. I think when I say it's a you problem, I think people misunderstand me. Because when I say it's a you problem, or it's, you know, that is about you taking responsibility for your own shit.
I would like to talk to you.
See, here you go. I take responsibility for my own shit. So sometimes I got to say that's a Marcus J problem. Keep your mouth shut. Joy was listening that night, and Joy said that it was a great show, and I 100% agree with her. I happened to be
Had
here,
fun.
and I ain't say nothing at
You
all.
did a good job.
It's that show where you can just go ahead and let it out.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think we should do it more often. Like, ladies, y'all kind of cool. Like, sometimes
Yeah, you're working on it.
when y'all not acting stank and being mean to us
Doesn't matter.
and provoking us and stuff.
You know why? Because y'all like to hit us.
Oh,
our way of
yeah.
getting back.
Right.
We realize nagging doesn't do it, so now we're trying something different.
Revenge.
So we
Diva,
nag you into submission, but
get the final word. We got anything else we doing?
Basically done. You know, I want everybody to check out the Love Revolution on Facebook and in person. Mr. Marcus J will be running the next third Fridays.
We gonna get into all of those particulars.
Fridays?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
we
We gonna
things.
save it. We gonna save it. We gonna tell the listeners in a minute. Ain't no hashtag March J. We gonna take our final break at night. When we come back, our rants and closings. Diva is going to finish her point on how yours truly, Marcus J, is going to be intimately involved in the Love Revolution for August and what we're doing. SY is going to give us her final word, and so is the Dana Pooh Diva. Marcus J. Ain't no how stepping with Marcus J. We'll be back in a few minutes.